history is full of firsts.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Many of those firsts shaped our way of life. For 70 years, KPRC Channel 2 has been proud to be pioneers in shaping television and Houston history.
In a state the size of Texas, everyone can enjoy.
Calls in the storms Thursday.
Minutes before 9 o'clock, the crew's here telling them.
This is the first time in a long they haven't let it. Send us some of your pictures.
Isn't it good to work for a place that has a sense of history? And indeed it is.
See, taking the president from Spring to College Station, following.
If you have something you'd like Channel 2 Investigates to check out, call the tip line at 713-223-TIPS or email investigates@click2houston.com. Live from KPRC, this is Channel 2 News at 4.
Now, if we're fighting the coronavirus, the CDC is warning to Americans about the possible spread of the virus in the U.S.
Plus, the impact concerns about the virus is having on businesses in parts of our area. Breaking news right now near Bel Air. Police are investigating a crash on the 610 West Loop near Evergreen. Right now, all northbound lanes are currently closed after a crash involving a car and a motorcycle. So far, no injuries have been reported. Bel Air Police and Fire Department are on the scene. No word on how long the lanes will be shut down in that area. We will bring you updates as soon as we learn more.
Also breaking right now, an 18-wheeler flipped over on I-10 East heading westbound at the 610 East Loop. You can see here where the truck's load, two large objects covered in some white material fell off its trailer. It looks like it hit the overpass as well. Right now, one lane of the ramp has been closed. You can keep track of this and any other closures by going to our new traffic page online called What's Driving Houston. It includes real-time maps with updates on road conditions. You can visit our page by going to click2houston.com/traffic.
Now to the concerns about the coronavirus as it spreads to other countries.
Today, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention said it expects the virus to spread even more. And this is what we've learned so far. The CDC says Americans should prepare for a spread of the coronavirus in the U.S. So far, there are 57 confirmed cases of the virus in this country, including 40 who were aboard a Diamond Princess cruise ship. We've also learned the International Olympic Committee is taking a close look at the situation and said if holding the Summer Olympics in Tokyo is too dangerous due to the virus, the Summer Games may be canceled instead of postponed or moved.
We have team coverage on the coronavirus, including the impact on businesses in Chinatown. Our Marianne Martinez is joining us live there now with the latest. Marianne?
Well, Christine, restaurants and stores here in Chinatown are worried that the coronavirus may wipe them out, even though there isn't a single confirmed case of the coronavirus here in Houston. Now, we're inside a restaurant, Feng Mao Barbecue here in Chinatown. You can see there is no one here, and the owner is telling me she's thinking about shutting down because they are so slow. Debbie Chen serves Chinese comfort food, steaming bowls of broth that cook vegetables and meat to your liking at Shabu House. But unfounded fear of the coronavirus in Houston has turned her business into a ghost town.
When it first hit, this entire plaza was like empty.
At its lowest point, Chen says she lost 90% of her business.
Our worst day, the entire day, we made $211.
She says it's gotten so bad, employees from other restaurants are calling her to ask for work as their own restaurants are cutting shifts or even jobs.
And I'm, trying not to do that because I know, everyone who works here, everybody has bills they've got to pay. And they have kids, that go to school.
Today, other small business owners from around the city met in Chinatown to spend their money at restaurants that really need it.
Well, everyone that we've talked to says that they have less business. Everybody that we've talked to has said that business is down between 50 and 80%.
Now, weeks ago, when coronavirus first emerged globally, there was fake information put out on social media about it being in Houston's Chinatown. Those rumors, although completely unfounded, have really hurt businesses here, and those businesses are now hoping that over time people learn and that information gets repeated, that there is nothing going on here in Houston's Chinatown, that it is safe to eat here, and that people come out and support those locally owned businesses. Reporting live, Marianne Martinez, KPRC, Channel 2 News.
Marianne, thank you. And concerns about the coronavirus led to another drop in the stock market. Here are the latest numbers, with the Dow closing down 879 points. Oil prices also dropped 3%. Coming up at 4:30, what the Trump administration is requesting to help fight the virus. You will also see more coverage of the coronavirus on NBC Nightly News at 5:30. Now to our forecast, which has been glorious today. Oh my gosh.
This is one of the best days I can remember in a while, but don't get used to it, because Frank tells us there's some changes coming our way.
It was amazing.
Oh, it's been amazing. Yes.
Tomorrow is not amazing.
Okay.
Look, I've already got a wind advisory for tomorrow, pretty much all day. 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Wednesday. Winds 20 to 25 miles an hour sustained, gusting to 35. Gale warnings, small craft advisories. Triangle Energy Camera has this amazing day, but notice the wind direction out of the northwest and northwest. Right now, we are in the 70s, but look to our north. Dallas is at 59, 47 in Oklahoma City, 37 in Amarillo. But look at these winds. These are sustained winds, 20, 23, 24, 36 miles an hour in Amarillo, sustained. The gusts, 52-mile-an-hour wind gusts there in the Panhandle, 33 in Lubbock, 22 in San Antonio. So hang on to your leash. It's going to continue to get cold and windy as we move into Wednesday. This evening, we'll be in the 50s by 9 o'clock, right down through the 40s overnight, down to 44. Coming up, we'll talk about the sweater needs and the jacket needs, and Thursday's freeze. It's all straight ahead in weather. Keith?
All right, see you in a few, Frank. Thank you. And remember, you can also track the temperatures by downloading Frank's free forecast weather app. Just search KPRC in your app store.
The man accused of killing 3 members of a family in a fiery crash appeared in court today. That crash on Antoine Drive near Beltway 8 last month killed a grandmother, Piedad Soriano, her daughter, Diana Escobar, and her grandson, Ricardo Escobar Jr. The judge set an $800,000 bond for Gregory Smith, saying that he is a danger to society. Gregory Smith admitted to being high on PCP at the time of that crash.
Those charges are likely to be upgraded in the next week to 10 days.
He believes that this was exactly what it was, an accident, a tragic accident.
Smith is charged with 3 counts of intoxication manslaughter and 1 count of assault on a public servant. Orlando police have fired an officer after body cam video showed him arresting a 6-year-old girl at her school.
The officer used zip ties to take the girl into custody.
7 is the youngest. She's 8, isn't she? She's 6. Now she has broken the record.
That is Kaya Roll. Kaya Roll is the student who Officer Dennis Turner tied in zip ties. She was accused of kicking and punching 3 staff members at the school. Yes. The body cam video released by the girl's family attorney also shows Officer Turner, as you saw there, talking to school staff about this being the youngest person he's ever arrested. In Orlando, police fired Turner 1 week after the incident and apologized to Kaya's family. The young girl was facing a misdemeanor charge of battery, but the state attorney says she will not pursue those charges. 39 states, including Texas, are now looking into Juul Labs vaping products and how they're marketed. They want to find out if the company targeted minors or made misleading claims about nicotine in its devices. Attorneys general from several states will lead the multi-state investigation into the San Francisco-based company. Juul faces numerous lawsuits by teens who say they became addicted to the company's products. The company says that it has halted advertising and has eliminated most flavors.
President Trump is heading home after wrapping up a 36-hour whirlwind visit to India. The president met with India's prime minister in New Delhi, where he touched on several topics. In regards to Russian interference in U.S. elections, President Trump maintained that he had not been given help from any country. The president also admitted that he is looking to oust employees from his administration who he considers not loyal.
I don't think it's a big problem. I don't think it's very many people. We want to have people that are good for the country, are loyal to our country.
When questioned about Harvey Weinstein's conviction, the president said it was a great victory that sends a very strong message. Now to our coverage of Decision 2020 in the race for the White House. The Democratic candidates prepare for another debate happening tonight.
The debate could play a role in who wins Saturday's primary in South Carolina. Channel 2's Lauren Freeman is live in the newsroom with more. Lauren.
Keith, after a decisive victory in Nevada, Bernie Sanders enters tonight's debate with a clear front-runner status, and he says he is ready for the target that comes with that title. The stage is set for a critical test ahead of Saturday's all-important South Carolina primary. 7 candidates squaring off tonight for the 10th debate of the Democratic primaries, with frontrunner Bernie Sanders set to come under fire from all sides.
We are going to enter this debate with the full knowledge that tens of millions of Americans want fundamental change.
It's a make-or-break contest for Joe Biden, who has staked his candidacy on winning in more diverse states. 2/3 of South Carolina's Democratic electorate is African-American. A new NBC News Marist poll shows Biden ahead of Sanders with the state's black voters by 15%, but Sanders has been catching up. Overall, Biden leads Sanders in South Carolina by just 4 points within the margin of error. The former vice president emphasizing his strong ties to President Obama.
But this is more than just going back. This is about moving forward.
Michael Bloomberg is looking to rebound in tonight's debate, canceling public appearances to prepare after the last debate. Tonight's debate is also the last before Super Tuesday, when 14 states, including Texas, will hold their contest just 1 week from today. Keith?
All right, Lauren, thank you. And this is a look at all the states voting on Super Tuesday. We will have full coverage leading up to the primaries on March 3rd. And we want to remind you that you can still vote early in the Texas primary through this Friday. We have more information on our politics page at click2houston.com.
We are exactly 1 week away from the start of the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, and the excitement certainly is building. Hundreds of trail riders have saddled up their horses and wagons to make their way to Memorial Park. Sky 2 flew over the southwestern trail riders earlier this morning. It is a fun tradition that dates back many decades. Riders will gather in Memorial Park in Houston ahead of the rodeo parade.
All right, speaking of good times, Fat Tuesday is here and people are celebrating Mardi Gras.
Still to come, a closer look at how people in New Orleans are partying it up.
And the safety risk leading to a full draining of this large reservoir.
And as we go to break, another live from Sky 2 on a crash on the 610 West Loop near Evergreen. We now have learned a female motorcyclist died in the crash after hitting the back of a car and being ejected. She died at the hospital. Right now, all northbound lanes are currently closed as a result of that crash. No word on when they will reopen. You can follow the story throughout the hour on air and on our new traffic page at click2houston.com/traffic.
Time, anywhere.
You're watching Channel 2, Houston's home for news.
A reservoir in California soon will be drained due to the risk of earthquakes.
This is the Anderson Reservoir in Santa Clara County. The Federal Energy Regulatory Commission says the 240-foot dam could collapse in a 7.2 quake. The water runoff could cause major damage to cities there. Complete drainage will start on October 1st.
And California, you know, their water supply, they've always had issues, and so that's not good for a lot of reasons.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
That's the worst of the problems, right? Okay, so we've got a lot of changes coming. Happy Mardi Gras.
Yes, Happy Mardi Gras, yeah.
Tuesday, time to do all those things before tomorrow.
Indulge, yes.
Okay, and the dogs are loving it. Look at this. Isn't that adorable?
Look at those
That's
beads.
over in Big Town. I know.
The beads weigh more than the dog does.
He's like, that's why I'm sitting here, because they're heavy.
Right. I can't move with these beads on me. I know, right? Happy Mardi Gras, everyone. All right, pollen count, I want to mention this. Oak tree, extremely high. There's a lot of tree out there. Pine, cedar, ash, hackberry, but all of it, oak tree's 80% of the problem. So if you have any kind of allergy to oak tree, you are feeling it today. And the wind that's coming in is just going to blow everything around. It's not going to blow everything out. It's just going to make it worse for most people. Triangle Energy Camera, beautiful shot of downtown. Look at this humidity, 36%. It's gorgeous out there. It's nice and dry. In Galveston, 69, east-southeast winds at 8. Perfect day to be on the beach. Lots of 60s and 70s. So today, and the early part of the evening, just perfect. And then things really start to change. And look out here to Bryan College Station in Brenham, already picking up 16 and 15-mile-an-hour winds sustained with gusts to 20 and 22. So the breezy conditions are already starting to move in. With that in mind, take a look at the futurecast for winds. This is from 8 o'clock into the overnight. You'll notice things start really picking up. By morning, 6 a.m., this is you getting to your car tomorrow morning. 20-mile-an-hour winds in Sugar Land, 18 in Conroe. And this is just really more of an example than anything else. It's going to be windy all day long through noon, 20, 22, into the afternoon, 20, 22. And if you're trying to put up a barbecue tent out at the rodeo, this is what you're going to be facing. It'll be sunny, but it will be cold and it'll be windy. And then those winds begin to calm down tomorrow night so that Thursday we get that freeze possibility. You can see futurecast temperatures for tonight will go right down into the 50s. So overnight tonight, we're down to about 44. Some of you a little cooler, 39 College Station in Huntsville. Then tomorrow, only 54 for a high. So 54 and 20-mile-an-hour winds. That's tough stuff. Then this is the freeze line for Thursday morning if, and the models are all above this number, but if the winds really crater and calm down, and I've seen them do that, go from really brisk to nothing, if that happens, we're looking at a lot of 30, 31s, even 28 in Conroe, 29 out toward Columbus. That front is what we're watching. That's what's going to continue to move on through. So that moves in. The high pressure that moves in with this low pressure brings the windy conditions for Wednesday, and then the highs right over is for Thursday, so that's why it's so calm and clear and cold. The upside is the same high pressure brings in a nice warm flow. We are back to springtime by the weekend. We just got to get there. Power planner for this evening, 70 at 5, 58 at 9, 48 at 3 in the morning. So a big drop, about 20 degrees, if not more, in just a few hours. And that haircast you saw, I've already put that in for tomorrow. It's not going to be good. 54, 60 on Thursday. Friday's Go Texan Day. The rodeo parade is going to be beautiful. The Dynamo play, the Sabercats play, another front Tuesday. Once we get to 80, drops us down a bit. But really, that 32 is the big number to talk about. And the winds, I mean, that's fire weather up in North Texas, you know, just because it's so dry and windy. This is not going to be a rainy situation, but it's going to be a windy situation. So get ready.
A lot of folks thought we were done with winter, but we may have one more freeze left in us.
If it really calms down, we might touch freezing Thursday morning. And I'd rather say that we might touch it than leave it out.
Right, yeah. Okay, appreciate that.
All right.
Frank, thank you. All right, still to come, what you should and should not do if you plan to overindulge on this Fat Tuesday.
And a new step in the fight against cancer, the progress being made on a possible vaccine.
In your health headlines, one company is expanding its tests on a possible cancer vaccine.
Morphogenesis is expanding to 20 patients who suffer from different types of skin cancer. That includes latest stage melanoma and Merkel cell carcinoma. The vaccine targets a patient's tumor cells with a single bacterial gene, bringing the body's immune system down on the tumor. This is phase 1 of the trial, focused mostly on whether or not the vaccine is safe. The study is slated to last up to 18 months. Fruit flies may hold the key to heart health in humans. Researchers at Iowa State University believe they uncovered a way to reverse the aging process in the heart muscles of fruit flies. They say humans and flies generally age the same way, with their heart muscles weakening over time. Researchers say this discovery could lead to developing new treatments for older people with dealing with heart disease. If you plan to chow down on this Fat Tuesday, you may want to Consider how it may affect your stomach.
Just passing this along. Cleveland Clinic has some advice that you probably should consider. If you have to lie down after eating a large meal, try to lay on your left side and then elevate your head about 6 inches. This may reduce reflux by up to 80%. If you experience heartburn, you can also always get some over-the-counter medication or other remedies like peppermint oil or caraway oil. And doctors also say moving around can help as long as you don't overdo it.
Vigorous exercise may exacerbate reflux, too much pressure, forcing all of that stuff up. So I'd keep it moderate, but a moderate walk certainly is good.
A nice little stroll. Doctors say drinking water can also help improve digestion, but don't drink too much if you're already feeling too full.
We're just here to keep you healthy.
Yes.
All right, coming up, Jimmy John's gets a warning letter from the FDA why the sandwich chain is accused of not ensuring the safety of its ingredients.
And the new toothpaste that targets those looking out for their health and the environment.
But first, we want to give you a look at some of your traffic times as we get closer to 4:30. Heavy traffic heading out to Katy on the Katy Freeway. Right now, it's going to take you almost an hour. Normally only takes about 40 minutes or so at this time of day. 39 minutes if you're headed down to Sugar Land on the Southwest Freeway from downtown Houston and up to Kingwood in the other direction on 59. It's going to take you 25 minutes to get there from downtown Houston.
I approve this message.
The Food and Drug Administration says Jimmy John's served certain vegetables that were linked to outbreaks of E. coli or salmonella. In a letter, the FDA accuses the sandwich chain of selling produce like clover sprouts and cucumbers that were implicated in outbreaks over the past 7 years. The agency says Jimmy John's has not done enough to assure the safety of its ingredients. The chain has removed sprouts from all its locations until further notice.
Now to a consumer alert as Ford recalls nearly 250,000 F-150 pickup trucks.
Yeah, the automaker says there is a problem with the daytime running lights. This affects 2018 through 2020 models with LED headlights. Ford says the running lights do not change intensity to parking light levels as required by U.S. safety standards. The problem could lower visibility for other drivers. Ford dealers can update the software to fix the problem.
Colgate has unveiled a new line of organic, vegan, and gluten-free products. The Colgate Zero line was announced earlier today. It includes toothpaste, including one specifically for kids, as well as mouthwash and toothbrushes. This appears to target the same younger, more health and eco-conscious demographic that buys from smaller competitors like Tom's of Maine and Dr. Bronner's.
A popular peanut butter brand is getting a little creative with its packaging.
Yeah, and it would spark an old debate about social media animations. Jif has partnered with Giphy, or the popular GIF search engine. The brand is replacing its name with a G. Now, there's always been a debate about how you properly say the word. Actually, I was just wondering if I was saying it right. But the creator of GIF says it should be pronounced with a soft G. So apparently I'm not right. The jars are being sold on Amazon. Is it GIF or is it Jif?
According to the person, it's Jif. I thought it was a GIF as well. It's an interesting debate.
Peanut butter.
Jif.
That's right.
Every time I always talk about peanut butter anyway. So now they're married. It's a good marriage. Okay.
I just want peanut butter now.
Selena fans have something new to look forward to.
Sure do. Coming up, the new makeup that was announced today and when it's going on sale.
And Tyra Banks wants to show fans how to pose on a runway. The new Model Land theme park that's set to open, and the tickets are on sale now.
Peanut butter.